everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a matchup today where the focus will be on the passing game. The Redskins are #1 in pass defense, and they're going up against a Patriots offense that knows they'll be challenged. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New England Patriots and the Washington Redskins. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. Second down, Hackenberg. Caught on the right side, Reed. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And they'll run it here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the 1st down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning. And then it's about execution. So put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it. But when it comes to the running game, the New England Patriots, they're one of the few teams in the NFL that I don't think care much about balancing things out.
Last year, to your point, 5th in passing yardage, number 30 in the run game.
What they want to do each and every week is make a game plan based on their opponent, not so much their own personnel, and they try to attack that way. Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
And here we go on 1st and goal. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain, and it's 2nd down. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Matt Ioannidis getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. Let's go! He'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Being chased out left. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 7 on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And this one is right through. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. So, of course, they wanted to find the end zone, but when you go on the road and your first drive results in points, I think you're pretty happy.
You have to be, because you've taken it to the home team in this case. And while you may not have shut up the home crowd, you've quieted them down a little bit. Good way to start.
This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
To throw, Hackenberg. He's going to fire one deep and got his man complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Shane Ray in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. On 2nd down, here's Hackenberg. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
To throw is Hackenberg. Going to throw right side here, complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Hackenberg looking to throw for it on 4th. And Reed with it over the middle. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on down. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe
Super toe.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And not much running room. Down to the 32. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
They'll set up a throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here.
And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a 4th quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
Yeah, I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
The first down throw for Hackenberg. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
The second down throw for Hackenberg. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now Hackenberg. And he will find his man on the outside. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Throwing, Hackenberg. And that'll be incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. On second down, Hackenberg again. Surveying the field. And down he goes. A sack. They sack him back across midfield at about the 48-yard line. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's a right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Let's go. No. Check. Patriot.
Fourth down, they do snap it to Hackenberg. He's going to look deep down the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually, but first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third.
Here we go.
Now a shotgun snap is, and he coughs up the football near his own goal line. Now backing up, and he's out of the end zone. The referee was right there to call it, and that is a safety. And Charles, something you have to be aware of as a QB. Once you get back to that back line of the end zone, you sort of have to go into survival mode.
Yeah, but he's still between the tackles, so if he tried to throw it away, it still would have been 2 points.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
That's caught inside the 20. A big play there just before halftime. 64 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Jeremy Hill there was the intended target, and it's second down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
And Hackenberg didn't seem to like the formation. He'll call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
3 down. All right, here we go. Green 3.
Throwing again, Hackenberg on second and 10. That is caught. And he's brought down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And he gets it into the end zone with no time left in the second quarter as they take the lead. So instead of trailing into the lockers, they grab the lead with the clock reading all zeros before intermission.
I would love to go into the locker room with them because right now they're riding a nice wave, aren't they? They're feeling good about themselves. But I know the coach is going to be talking to them about calming down, taking it easy. We've got a whole second half, but use the way we finished the first one to start the second.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Looking to throw. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a third down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Eluding the pressure right, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
They'll come out in the pistol. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
To throw, Hackenberg. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play? Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big...
Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
They'll set up to throw. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Throwing, Hackenberg. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. So they had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Here we go. Boom, land, Detroit, Detroit.
Hackenberg looks to throw it. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He'll drop to throw, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Now the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. They're going to look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do? You got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end. Take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Back now at FedEx Field. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter. Johnson on the counter, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch, dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Brown, the lone receiver, left. They'll look to throw here. Can't find anyone open. Flush to his right. That is caught inside the 5. And he's brought down. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move.
And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. It's their quarterback hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots can take the lead with the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that? That's
why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Everyone go forward. 4 down. All right, here we go. Back there. Check, check. Lucky.
A 1st down throw for Hackenberg. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Brandon, what we just saw there is something we hear from coaches throughout the league. How are you going to defend what they call the moment of truth ball, meaning a 50-50? The ball's in the air, defender's there, receiver's there. Who's going to make a play on the football? And in this case, the defensive guys actually got it done and knocked it away.
Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a gain of 7, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
3rd and short yardage. Hackenberg. Jordan Reed has it. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Their dangerous wide receiver hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Hackenberg's going to throw for it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And now out come the Patriots. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
It's a big play there for the Patriots. 41 yards. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Now Johnson. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
Here we go.
But still, no yardage. Okay.
Here's Johnson. And not much running room. Down to the 32. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And down by 5. They've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Watching that body.
They come out here in the eye. They'll look to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Redskins are going to win the football game. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from the
defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now to return, this is David Johnson. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points. So they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The Patriots gearing up to go now. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down.
So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Touchdown, Washington! Their big-bodied receiver, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And that one could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Redskins, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they'll have another home date next week as the New York Giants come to town. Meanwhile, for New England, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Redskins as we say so long from FedEx Field.